Okay, Blighty Boxing with Frank Warren and Queensbury Promotion down here at the Peacock for a follow-up to Denzel Bentley's memorable win over Mark Heffron on Friday. Now, unfortunately, Denzel has decamped to Ghana, but we have got his trainer here, Ray Ball. Ray, it's fair to say you looked a little bit thrilled on Friday night.
Oh yeah. You know, he's had about 6 months in the gym, solid, like, you know, and he's had three really hard fights, you know, and he deserves his rest, so we sent him on his merry way. You know?
Looking at that fight, he seemed more assured, he seemed more spiteful, a little bit more confident perhaps than the first fight. Is that fair?
Yeah, that's a fair comment, because, you know, the thing is, we had to, if you're on a winning streak, right, and you're winning, you might see things where he's making mistakes, and I think that fight with Mark, it did highlight his mistakes, and we had to put them right, and we put them right. He worked. I think this is the best camp he's ever had, like, as a fighter.
It didn't seem like he was prepared to give up as much ground in this fight as maybe he did in the first fight.
Well, that was one of the things we worked on. Like, you know, I don't think, really, looking at it, we didn't have a lot of preparation for Mark. You know, we got the call 2.5 weeks into that. You know, we come off of nickel, and then he had a week out the gym, and then he come back and we messed about doing little bits of sparring, nothing heavy, like, and then all of a sudden Martin said, "Oh, we've got the fight's been confirmed, you're fighting Mark Heffron." So then it was like, oh, hold up, then we got to get things going. But that ain't an excuse, because I think Mark had the same problem and all. So, you know, so I'm not going to use that as an excuse. But like I said, when you got a winning fighter, you think to yourself, well, if it ain't broke, it don't need fixing. And, you know, Mark highlighted a few things, and we had to put them right. And, you know, and he's a thinking fighter, Denzel, and he knew where he went wrong, and we put it right.
Would it? I mean, while it was a lovely shot and everything else, and the eye was rapidly closing up.
Yeah.
Do you suspect that without the eye injury, there might have been a few more twists and turns in the fight?
Yeah, but people say like an eye injury, you know, and I'm not trying to belittle Mark or anything or take anything away from him, but that's boxing. You know, guys get cut, guys get broken noses, guys get broken ribs, you know, and get badly bruised eyes. That's the name of the game. That's the brutal side of boxing. You know, you're there to beat the other guy. You know, and when people say, like, you know, over the eye, was it an accident? It wasn't an accident. If it was an accident, the referee would have pulled Denzel up on it. But it was a clean punch, and that's the name of the game. You know, and you know,
it was a good shot. No.
It was a great shot. It was a great shot. You can't, you know, what would have happened if it had caught Mark on the chin? You know, that's. You know, I know he's a strong lad, you know, but that was a great shot to do that damage to his eye, you know. So it wasn't a freak, like a freak thing. It was a genuine punch.
How would you like to see Denzel's next moves play out now?
Well, at the moment, I think everybody, you know, we've worked hard for about 6 months. You know, he's worked hard for 6 months. I mean, let him enjoy the moment. We know he's got a target on his back, and everybody want to call him out and fight him.
What I'm getting at, Ray, though, is would you prefer for him to get the further experience of defending it for those 3 times, or for him to move more internationally?
Well, I think, you know, he's still learning on the job. You know, is he? That's his 15th fight. He's had 32 fights with his amateur career. You know, so it's nothing.
And he wasn't a stellar amateur.
No, he wasn't. You know what I mean? You know, I've said it before. You know, amateur is a bit fickly. You know what I mean? If some people like something they see, some judges don't like. You know what some fighters do. You know, it's a bit fickly. You know.
You must have really seen something though to stick with him all that time at the Fisher and then bring him across to be professional? And a lot of the time you were doing both between the Fisher and the Peacock. You must have really spotted something to invest so much time in him. Well, like I say, because he didn't have the credentials, did he?
No, but at the end of the day though, Richard, it takes two to tango, right? And he put the work in. You know, we told him he put the work in, and we're sparring with like guys like Ahmed Patterson and Alan Higgins and like Ted Cheeseman, Gary Corcoran, you know, and John Ryder, them kind of guys. They're gonna. The only way you're gonna get your knocks, and if you either walk out the door and you don't come back, or you walk out the door, have a good think about it, and walk back in again. You know what I mean? And he walked back in again.
Take your lumps.
Yeah, that's it. Taking his lumps and bumps. You know, and you know it's paid off. You know, he's a different fighter from what he was as an amateur. He's a different creature altogether.
But did you see all that back at the beginning though, when you were nurturing him? You saw the potential.
You see the potential. You know what I mean? You can't say you didn't. You know what I mean? I took him down to Somerset on a dinner show down there as an amateur, and I put him on the pads, and that was the first time I really thought, God, this kid can whack a little bit, and he's got a bit about him. And he went out there and he absolutely destroyed the kid. You know, he put the kid over in the first round, and I said to him, look, don't rush it, just it'll come. If you catch him again like that, the referee will stop it. And he went out, boom, boom, double jab, bang, and the kid went up. Oh dear, like he's done, exactly, didn't rush his work, you know.
Just going back to Friday, touching on it, it seemed certainly over the two fights, but there was a very good and positive rapport built between the two teams, which was a nice thing. It
is nice, you know. I'd like to say something. Kevin's Marie, he's a lovely guy. The two Jennings brothers, they're lovely kids, you know. I can't take nothing away from them. They've got a good stable up where they are. They're building a nice stable of fighters, and you know they know the game, you know, and you know, they're nice guys, they're gentlemen, you know, and you know, I mean, I'm not one of these ones, and I've said it before, that I'm going to shout from the rooftops and that, you know, if people want to run me down, all well and good, I don't care, it'll go over my head, but I won't lie myself to that, you know, and I don't think anybody in the gym would, you know what I mean? We just get on doing what we know best, and that's training fighters.
And just last thing, in all the excitement, you bombed Denzel's interview on Friday on BT. You got yourself on live TV.
Yeah. Well, I'd like to say though, one before we do shut, I think Mark Heffron's a good fighter.
Yeah, he is.
You know, and don't take anything away from him. You know, he's this. You know, I live with John Ryder, right? You know, and that title deluded us. John had 3 cracks at that title, and it was, it was a bit of a, one of them. You're thinking this ain't to be, you know what I mean? And I put him in the same bracket as John Ryder. So I'd just say to Mark, look at John Ryder, and look where he is now.
Look how he's
on the not wanted list. Who wants to fight John Ryder? Eddie Hearn could make any fight he wants for John Ryder, but he won't, will he? And that's what I'm saying. And Mark's in the same category.
Yeah,
so that's what I say to Mark.
Good
you
comparison.
just keep doing what you're doing, and your just rewards will come.
Ray, that's great stuff. Yeah. Congratulations once again, and thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Richard.
Cheers.
Cheers.